Hello. I'm going to be doing a journal cover here. I'm going to be gutting this book out. I figured I'd bring you along with me. I'm going to be gutting this book out, taking out the insides of it, and turning it into a junk journal cover. So I figured I'd just bring you along with me from the beginning. It's an older book. You can see it's pretty old. It's like actually already coming apart. You can see right there. Let's see what year it is. Just curious. It is from... It don't say, oh, there it is. The last one was 1963. But I want to turn it into a journal, reuse it, because I'm not going to use this book for anything else. Otherwise, it's just going to be thrown in the landfill. So what I do when I get books like this is I'll completely gut them. I'll take the cover. This, obviously, we don't need this. Take this cover off. The plastic here. I got rid of taking that off. I don't need that at all. My cat's looking at me like he's going to jump up here. Now what I'm going to do is take my X-Acto knife here and cut this open. Can you see? Yeah. This one's actually pretty easy. Cut the other side. Show you. So I can show you this way so you can see it without getting dizzy from the camera moving. There we go. So the book is gutted now. This one I'll most likely end up using some of these pages in a journal. It's a cookbook, of course, you've seen in the beginning of the video. I'll probably end up saving... Oh, look, there's somebody's egg roll recipe. Somebody's writing. But anyways, that's that. Now what I do, now that I have it completely gutted, you can see I gutted it actually in pretty good shape for that old of a book, is I pull out all this stuff that's here, and I'll reinforce this spine, usually with tape like this, painter's tape, or I use a duct tape. But for right now, just so it's stable, I'm just going to use this tape. That way the spine's a little more solid when I'm trying to do the next step. And plus I put fabric and everything on these. I pretty much reinforced the whole thing. Alright, so I have the tape on there now. Without cutting my finger, I got to take a little piece off. That's what I did with the inside for now, because I'm not really going to be working on the inside. What I'm going to be doing is covering this outside of this book. That's what I'm going to be working on. And I'm going to turn it long ways so that way I don't keep banging the camera. I have Mod Podge and some paint here in front of me, and I'm going to mix it together in this little cup. I mix them together instead of doing it two different times. I just mix it all at once. No measuring, nothing, just kind of go with what you think. Let's get a thing to mix it. Let's see. I'm going to put a little bit more in there. See how it's like a grayish almost? A little bit more. I probably have way too much in there, but it's all good. Alright, now that that's mixed together, I'm going to show you how I do that leather look. Oh, I need to get something to put this on so it don't get all over my craft room here. On my board here. I guess I should have covered the board first, but... Okay. I have tissue paper. Right here. Regular tissue paper that you would buy in Target or Walgreens or somewhere like that, see? That's basically all it is. Now I'm going to take the whole cover and cover it with Mod Podge here. So what I'm going to do is just pour it on here for now. I only need a thin layer right now because I'm just going to be gluing the tissue paper right on it is all I'm going to be doing right now. I usually put a first layer like this, a thin layer, and then when I go over it, I end up sticking. I need to find a piece of cardboard or something to put under this. I don't want to ruin this mat. This is one of my sewing mats, and I'm going to end up ruining it if I keep doing that, so. Let's move it all back over. I'm not very prepared, I know. Time you're done with this video, you're going to feel like you're drunk all the times I keep hitting the camera. All right, let's finish this up. Just put a good amount on for your first layer, like cover the whole thing. And always the corners and the edge real well. I'm going to do this one a little bit different than the brown one. I'm going to put a first layer on and then go ahead and put little things kind of different. You'll see as I go along. I'm going to do it a little bit different than I did the brown one. Okay, so we got that all covered. I'm going to stick the whole sheet of tissue paper over top of this. Right now I got black all over my hands. It's all right. People are used to seeing it. So I have the tissue paper here. I'm going to try to rip a little bit of it because it is a little much. It is an awful big piece. I got this stuff all, I got it all over my arm already. Anyways, I'm going to take it and just kind of crinkle it up and stick it on there the best you can. And yes, this is messy, so I do end up wearing the paint, but I'm all right with that. All right, let me get some scissors and cut off this excess over here. And I'll save this little excess because I'm going to ball it up also on there some more. It looks like a terrible mess right now, but it actually comes out so good. All right. Okay, let me give you a close-up. See what it's kind of... I don't mean to keep hitting the camera. Sorry about that. I don't have a good tripod yet. Anyways, here's the look. And now what I'm going to do is I'm going to go ahead and take little pieces of it and put this over here. Take little pieces. Let me first put a little bit in each here. See how it's more of a flatter? I want this like in here. What I'm going to do is I'm going to take little pieces and just kind of bunch them up there. Can you see how I just bunched that up? And then I paint over it. Put a good amount of Mod Podge in the area where it's flat. See how it's flat right here? I don't know if you can see it. What I do is I put another thing of Mod Podge and paint, ball up a little thing, and look at the paint all over my hands. That's so funny. I'm just giving it more texture in the areas where it's flatter. You can see that's a real flat area there. Just take this up and ball it up. Just like that. It looks good all when it's done, definitely. Really, when it dries, it looks really good. All right, let's put a couple more areas in here. Like right here, I want some more paint. Remember, this is the paint mixed with the Mod Podge. That way I don't have to do it both. All right, let's stick this in here. All right, I'm going to paint this whole side and see if there's any areas. Oh, I see an area I want to do right here. Quick change of mind, isn't it? All right. Just adding a little bit more texture to some of the areas is all I'm doing. It actually would have been okay the first layer, but I like doing this. Makes it look pretty cool. Like in here, I feel it needs a little bit more texture, so I'm going to redo it in here. Once I get it done, I'll bring it closer up to the camera for you to see. It's kind of hard to see it when it's way down here. I see a few more areas here that I'm going to end up wanting to do over again. I see it already. I always push flat too because it gets air bubbles underneath there, like air pockets. And you don't want them to stay because if those stay, it'll just end up ripping. So I kind of taken my brush and smoothing it out also, but still keeping texture, if that makes any sense. All right, in here there's not as much texture, so I'm going to add another piece. I don't know how I'm going to get all this paint off my hands. I probably should have wore gloves, but all good. All right, I like the way that looks so far. I really need to get a little bit more, probably up here in this corner here. But you don't want to put too small of pieces in the corner because you want it to stay on. You know, you're going to be touching the corners a lot when you're opening and closing the book. So, all right, I think I like that look so far. I like it. I'm looking for any spots that I don't like and pushing out air pockets. All right. Let me show you. That's the one side. See how I put more of a bumpy texture type of style to it? That's what I wanted. So anyways, let's flip it around and do the other side. I'm going to go ahead and paint the that I can and see if I see any more areas that I think need to be raised up higher than they are. Always getting that spine real good right there too. See how I'm pushing in that spine in the crease? There's a lot of air pockets in these. I must have made them a little too big. You gotta go in different directions so that make sure you get all that paint and Mod Podge in there. All right, there's the spine. Now I'm gonna paint this up and see where I want to fill in. There'll be fill-in areas, I'm sure. Move that over just a little bit. There we go. I want to get under there. Nope. Almost done with this one. And then I'm going to add a few spots that I see here that I want to add a little bit more texture in this part. All right, let me add some more texture to this here, and then we're going to do another coat. I want one right there. I want one right there. Let me see where else. Right here. I hope my head don't pop in the video anytime. Anyways, let's fill this in. And once I get this done, this will be pretty much let sit and dry till... I gotta make sure I add more in there. That started ripping a little bit. That's what's nice about these. If you get a little rip like that, you just can add more tissue paper. And once it dries, you'll never even know it was there. Using Mod Podge, it's pretty good stuff. All right, let's add a little bit in that spot where I screwed up a little bit. Not really a screw up, but I was pressing too hard is what it was. I like that. All right. Wow, that came out nice. I'm just looking for any other areas I think might need a little bit more texture, and I'm thinking like right in there might need a little tiny piece. Right in here. Oh, I got the shakes today for some reason. All right, let's see anywhere else that I see. Put a little bit I'm getting this paint all over the room, let alone all over my fingers. I'm not very good with this black paint today. All right, I'm going to give you a close-up, and then this is ready to just sit and dry. I really like this texture of this one. All right, let me put it up here. I should have got the baby wipes in. I could have got rid of some of this black off my fingers. Oh, wait, there they are. I do have them in here. No, I don't think this is going to come off too much. Anyways, let me show you real quick so I don't make this video very long. Let me give you an up close here. But that's how it came out. I think it's nice. Then you figure once I close it, it's going to be like that. But that's the texture you get. One of these days I'll have a better tripod and you won't get dizzy watching my videos, but see the texture? All the bumps. And I got to touch up where my fingers where you can see right here. Let me add a little bit more. And I'll usually go around the edge too, like really good. The edge of the book itself. Now this book won't go in the landfill. It's going to be completely redone. And I'll reuse a lot of those inside pages for some of my journal kits that I sell. I sell the junk journal kits on my Etsy. And I'll just put those pages in there. So some of those will get used. Maybe all of them. Who knows? But that's the thing there. What you think? Let me know what you think in the comments. I'm happy with the results. I just had a couple people ask me before how I do that texture like this. And I did the one with the brown colored one. But this one here, I kind of layer this one up a little bit more. I don't know. I just like it a little bit better. I mean, they both come out good, but it's just a really unique and cool technique. So, anyways, hope you enjoy, and thanks for watching. Don't forget to subscribe to my channel, please, and have a great day.